McDreamy was messier than you remember. Derek Shepherd's love life. Let's talk about one of television's most iconic romantic characters, Derek Shepherd. For years, fans of Grey's Anatomy saw him as the ultimate romantic hero. The brilliant neurosurgeon, the man Meredith Grey called the love of her life, the man fans lovingly nicknamed McDreamy. But if you really go back and rewatch the series, you start to notice something. Derek Shepherd's love life wasn't the perfect fairy tale many fans remember. In fact, it was pretty messy. Today, we're going to walk through the entire romantic history of Derek Shepherd, the marriage before Seattle, the betrayal that changed everything, the complicated love story with Meredith, the relationships people forget, and the moments where McDreamy wasn't exactly dreamy. Because when you look closely, Derek Shepherd's love life was far messier than nostalgia would have us believe. The marriage before Seattle. Before Derek ever met Meredith Grey, he was married to Addison Montgomery. Both were star surgeons in New York. They were the kind of medical power couple hospitals brag about. Derek was already becoming one of the best neurosurgeons in the country. Addison was a world-class neonatal surgeon. From the outside, their life looked perfect, but their marriage had problems long before the show began. Derek was consumed by work. His career dominated his attention. Addison often felt emotionally alone, and eventually, that loneliness led to one of the biggest betrayals in Grey's Anatomy history. Addison had an affair with Derek's best friend, Mark Sloan. Yes, that Mark Sloan. When Derek discovered the betrayal, he didn't fight for the marriage. He left. He walked away from New York, from Addison, and from the life they had built together. And he moved across the country to Seattle. The night Derek met Meredith. One night in a Seattle bar changed everything. Meredith Grey and Derek Shepherd meet by chance. They flirt. They connect instantly. They spend the night together. Neither expects anything more than a casual encounter. But the next morning changes everything. Meredith arrives for her first day as a surgical intern. And Derek Shepherd is her attending neurosurgeon. Suddenly, their one-night stand becomes incredibly complicated. But the chemistry between them is undeniable. This is the beginning of the Meredith and Derek love story, one of the most famous relationships in television history. The Addison bombshell. Just as Meredith and Derek start falling for each other, Addison Montgomery arrives in Seattle, and she delivers one of the most iconic introductions in TV history. Hi, I'm Addison Shepherd, and you must be the woman who's been sleeping with my husband. Meredith learns Derek never told her he was still legally married. To Meredith, this feels like a betrayal. To Derek, the situation is complicated. He believes the marriage is already over, but legally, emotionally, it isn't. Derek decides to try to repair his marriage with Addison, and Meredith is left heartbroken. Or Derek tries to fix his marriage. For a while, Derek genuinely tries to rebuild his relationship with Addison. They attempt counseling. They attempt honesty. They attempt to start over. But the damage from the betrayal is simply too deep. The trust is gone. And Derek cannot stop thinking about Meredith. Eventually, Derek and Addison's marriage ends for good. And Addison eventually moves to Los Angeles to start over. But the emotional scars of that relationship continue to shape Derek's decisions. The complicated Meredith years. Once Derek and Meredith reunite, their relationship becomes the emotional center of Grey's Anatomy. But their love story is anything but smooth. They break up multiple times. They struggle with trust. They struggle with career ambition. They struggle with Meredith's emotional walls and Derek's pride. One of their most famous moments comes with the Post-it note wedding. Instead of a traditional ceremony, Meredith and Derek write their vows on a sticky note. It's unconventional, but for them, it represents commitment without pressure. The Finn problem. During one of their breakups, Meredith begins dating someone else, veterinarian Finn Dandridge. Finn is stable, kind, emotionally available. In many ways, he represents the healthy relationship Meredith never had. But Derek and Meredith's connection is too strong. Eventually, Meredith chooses Derek, and Finn quietly exits the story. The Rose relationship. Derek also briefly dates someone else during one of their separations, a nurse named Rose. Rose is calm and drama-free, but the relationship never has the intensity Derek shares with Meredith. Eventually, Derek realizes the truth. He still loves Meredith, and Rose becomes another reminder that Derek's heart was never truly free. Building a family. Eventually, Derek and Meredith create a life together. They adopt their daughter Zola. Later, they have 2 more children. For a while, their relationship feels stable, but Derek's ambition never completely disappears. When he receives a prestigious research opportunity in Washington, D.C., their relationship faces another serious test. For the first time in their relationship, Meredith refuses to sacrifice her career for Derek, and Derek must confront something new, a partner who will not orbit around him. Derek's final chapter. In one of the most heartbreaking episodes of the series, Derek stops to help victims of a car accident. After helping others, he becomes the victim of another accident. He is rushed to a hospital, but the doctors fail to properly diagnose his brain injuries. The irony is brutal. One of the world's best neurosurgeons dies because another hospital misses the signs. Meredith arrives too late to save him. Looking back at Derek Shepherd. When fans remember Derek Shepherd, they remember McDreamy. But when you look closely at the story, you see something more complicated. Derek made mistakes. He hurt people. He sometimes chose ambition over connection. But he also loved deeply. And his relationship with Meredith became one of the most iconic love stories in television history. Not because it was perfect, but because it was real, messy, complicated, emotional, just like real love. And maybe that's why Derek Shepherd still resonates with audiences today. Because McDreamy wasn't perfect. He was human.